Hey guys, Mr. Dealytical or Dominic here, and in today's video we're going to be doing a bit different type of video. We're going to be doing theory type video. So I do have to mention that I got this idea from Star Wars Theory. I've been a long time fan of his, and for me, as much as he loves Star Wars, to me, what I love is Call of Duty. I love zombies. I've been playing it for years and years and years. So this video is basically theories. This is the type of video where I have theories based on how the game will end, on how maps will fit in, other maps that are going to be returning, how they're going to, what storyline they'll go with and whatnot, how perks will come in when they get, announced, like in today's video. It's just going to be me theorizing basically where they're going to go on the map, how much they'll cost, what they'll do, and just overall, are they going to be good? Like, that's the majority of the perk theories. As for the normal theories, they're just theories. They're just me going crazy and wild, thinking about really out there ideas for zombies. Like one, for example, that's going to be coming out soon is, how will Cold War end? How will old characters come back if they do that? Obviously, I don't think they will now, but you never know. We'll see what goes on. So yeah, let's get right into the video. So with this theory video, we're of course talking about Tombstone. Tombstone was announced by Jarico on Twitter and Instagram, and they had a little cool caption that said, hey, we know 2020 was a bad year, but let's look forward to 2021. And to me, like, there's no better way to announce a perk than to have a little caption about how bad 2020 was. And especially if there was any perk that would kind of like give you a little laugh about how bad the year was, it's Tombstone. Tombstone, for most people, was a laughable perk. It was a useless perk. Like, oh, you keep what other perks you have and your guns when you die, and that's only in co-op. Like, okay, cool, that's great. But for a lot of people, it was like that. It was a laughable perk. Like, why would I get that over another perk? So I think it's pretty funny that they're kind of taking shots at both 2020 and the perk. Like, hey, maybe next year will be a bit better and we'll have a better perk. So, yeah, it's going to be weird to see how Tombstone fits back into this game. As a Black Ops 2 main, like I said, it's a weird perk. It's weird. I don't know how they're going to do it in Cold War. I really don't. So getting into when I think the perk will release, I think it's very clear that if they already have the model of it, they probably already have the model of the machine, and they have the model of where it's going to go. Like, they've placed the model of the machine on the map where it's going to be, and they're finalizing it. They probably have the jingle. Hopefully it's the same old jingle, because if it ain't, that Tombstone is going to be hated. That was the one thing people loved about Tombstone, was the jingle. The jingle was the best part of the perk. As for locations, I couldn't come up with a whole lot of areas. So this is where the theory type videos are going to be. Obviously, we knew about the rest of it. This is where the theory begins. So as for where I think it's going to be, I think it's going to be right in Spawn. Spawn is such a big area, and I feel like they could add it in. Now, as for where they could do it, more towards where you call for an evac. They could do it, I guess, over by where you can buy ammo next to the stairs over there. They could do it over by the tank. There's just some weird spots that they could do it, and I don't see it being anywhere else really. Like, besides that, maybe right inside the first door of Nocturne and Toten, like where the old Speed Cola, or I think it was Mule Kick in Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3 is the one that had the perks on the map. And I'm pretty sure it was Speed Cola in the corner. Regardless, it's where the Wonder Weapon is in Nocturne and Toten on this version of it. And it's just a weird spot. Like, it's a really small area. Nocturne and Toten's small, and I think if you add a perk machine and there's like a window for the zombies to come in right there. There's actually two. There's one on the opposite wall. It is a very tight place, and I just don't see the perk being in Nocturne and Toten since Stamina Up's already in there. So I think it's Spawn. I don't see another place. The only other area I can think of is maybe Pack Punch down below, like where the ammo box is and where the electric upgrade for the Wonder Weapon is. But it is just a weird map to try and fit in a new perk. Like, I don't think that's going to be safe for the next map. And to be honest, I don't know what that next map is. Maybe it's a tease for Transit coming back, Die Rise. I do have a top 5 maps that will be returning coming out in a day or two, so look out for that, because one of those maps might be on the list. But yeah, it's a really weird perk to try and fit in onto a map that's already out. So maybe it's for the DLC map for season 2. We don't know, But if they're teasing it already, I want to believe it's coming out, and I want to believe it's going to be coming out with the new map, or with the in the mid-season. I feel like the mid-season, which isn't like, I think we're at like 50 something days, so like in 10 days, 11 days, I think would be perfect for them to drop it. You teased it out, you'll drop a trailer, maybe a new map at mid-season, who knows. But if they add a new perk, that's enough to keep you going for, you know, another month till you get a new map. It's fine. Now, as for what the perk can do, if you guys don't know what Black Ops 2's Tombstone did, I'm sure a lot of you do. It was a perk that just was useless. You basically, when you die, you could run up, like at the start of the next round, if your buddy clutched it up or your team clutched up, you could run to this floating tombstone that was like a power-up, and you would collect it, and you would get your perks back and your guns back. Except for Tombstone, you wouldn't get Tombstone back. And it's kind of this, like, good perks if you're going for like a really high round with a buddy, because obviously your friend's most likely not going to be able to revive you if you're going for a high round on like town or transit. So it's probably better to buy Tombstone on transit, because if you're across the map or whatever, you just die and go collect your stuff, hopefully. But yeah, it was just one of those useless perks. As for my theory on how they will introduce this perk, or like what it's going to be like, I think they won't do the whole, oh, you go run up to this thing, collect it, and get your stuff back. With Cold War, I don't know how co-op runs. I haven't tried co-op. I've been playing solo because I want to grind Dark Matter, and I want all the zombie kills for myself. So I've been playing mainly solo and just going for those camos and whatnot. So, and I know in solo you obviously have self revives. You have like, I'm pretty sure it's infinite. I don't know. I've never wasted more than like 5 or 4 when I'm going for like round 60. So round 100, but it's a struggle, man. I'm trying to do a video for a guide to round 100, and I keep dying at 60s and 70s. But basically, with this perk, I don't think it could be you run up to it and get your stuff. I feel like it's got to be a bit different. So as for what I think the perk is going to do, major theory here. This is not confirmed. I want to specify that. Again, if you haven't heard, the video is a theory. So it's just my idea for the perk, what it's going to be doing. And if you guys disagree and you have other things, let me know down below in the comment section. And I don't know. I have no idea what the perk's going to do. It's not going to be the same Tombstone. It just can't be. So for what I have, I feel like what they could do is they could give you an invisibility kind of thing. Whereas if you go down, when you get revived, you have like 5 seconds of like you're invisible. And it would allow you to like kind of get out of the area, but not be overkill in the amount of time that you have to get out. You know, it'd kind of be like, oh my God, I have 2 seconds, 5 seconds to go. Like, go. And I think it'd be useful for that. But what I think it'd be really useful is the next thing, which is it would allow you to keep more perks when you die. So obviously, like I said, I don't think it's going to be, hey, I died, whatever, I'll spawn in, go collect it. It could be. Maybe that's how they do it in co-op. But I think for solo, if you can get Tombstone in solo, I feel like what they'll do is they'll make it so that instead of, if you have all 6 perks, instead of losing 3, you only lose 2. And then when you upgrade Tombstone to tier 1, you keep 5 perks instead of 6. So you just lose 1. Or I guess 7 if you have Tombstone, and you can get all 6 on top of that. So you'd be missing like 2 technically, but you would have 5 perks. And then, you know, maybe like the 3rd tier would be you can keep all your perks. You just have to upgrade, you know, Tombstone a little bit. And then I think tier 2 would probably be like that invisibility would last longer or something like that. I don't know. It's kind of weird to think about what Tombstone could really do, because there wasn't a whole lot in Black Ops 2. It was just, hey, you died. You could basically just hold square or F on a PC or E, whatever your interact button is, and you would just die. And you'd spawn in next round if your team stayed alive, and you would just go get your stuff. So it's really weird. And like I said, I don't know co-op that like at all. I don't know if there's self-revive. If there is, I don't think Tombstone's going to be the same old. That would just defeat the purpose of having Tombstone. Like, oh, your friend can't get to you, just buy a self-revive if you can in co-op. Like, just go buy a self-revive. That's like not the hardest thing in the world to do. So I don't know. I haven't played co-op, so I might be spewing on for nothing. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. If you guys enjoyed this type of video, I have many more to come. If you guys enjoyed this type of video, definitely let me know down in the comment section below. Like and subscribe, check the notification bell so you can keep up to date, and I will catch you guys in the next video. See ya.